Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. Hey there, hey. Damn it, midnight. Okay, neighbor's dog. Okay, little pookie wookie midnight. Look at that doggy. Okay, look, got a braid out of place, y'all. So I'm not gonna be very long because I'm gonna tell you something. It's hot than a summer bitch up in here, and I got some things I gotta do, and I don't like to sweat. So thought I'd just leave a message here. So leadership. Have you ever considered the fact that we have been misled and we have been programmed to think that we need to be led somewhere? I'm going to key you in on something and then you might look at it a little different. I heard somebody say one day, out of the blue, yeah, they'd listen to me. I'd be a good leader, so I should lead. Okay, lead who? And what makes a good leader? And how do you know they'll listen to you? First of all, that's not really a true statement because you don't know if someone's going to listen to you. Just because you can put some words together and you've been told you have great conversation or a nice mouthpiece, that's really not much. And it's not going to get you anywhere. First of all, someone wants to listen, they'll listen. But that's not the point. But if you do want some help on that, I can give you some help. First, you have to know your audience, and it's not about you. So that statement showed you right then and there that was a selfish answer because leadership, hmm, why can't people lead themselves? Why do people need a leader? Go ahead, I'll wait. But you're going to come up with like code because we need to organize and we need to do this, we need to do that. Okay. Either way it goes, whatever you say, it's all been programmed in you. Facts. We only know these things that we're about to say or we're saying because we were taught that. That's what leadership was. Never questioned why it was needed. And if whatever we were told why it was needed, we believed it. How well does that work? Well, let's look for example. Exhibit A. Yep. Wonder what he's doing right now. I mean, really? And the sad part about that leadership was he had like following and followers that for whatever reason it's kind of creepy, but he had that and he couldn't even use it. He didn't know how to use it. He didn't. He still doesn't. He doesn't know. Didn't do much, didn't say much. Had everything to do with those people and something they weren't connecting with. Stand for if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. This right here was the epitome of that shit. But back to leadership. Have you ever thought that people could lead themselves? Because let me tell you something. Um, you're not always going to be there to lead those people. And it kind of sounds like you don't think they can lead themselves. So repeat that to yourself in the mirror. I can lead them because they'll listen to me. Well, why the fuck won't they listen to everybody else? And how do you know how to speak for people? You can speak for yourself. But the thing is, what makes a good leader is when everybody can lead themselves and you come together and you do what you got to do. But see my point? People don't need to be led. It sounds pretty, doesn't have a good sound to it. Yes, of course, people put people in charge of this, and that, of jobs. Some it's called organization jobs and stuff like that, or managers, yada yada yada. Totally different. That's a business that needs to be ran, and yeah. But leadership in general. Now I get it. Everybody should get a chance to be a leader so they can learn how to lead. That's cool, and there's a time and place for it. But I'm just really, really trying to get down to the thought process behind leadership, which I hear people and they sound so confused sometimes too, but they just really want to lead something. And I'm like, how about you lead by helping other people lead themselves. Because where are you leading us to? We might not want to go. That's a big responsibility. You don't know all the words I want to say. And you shouldn't even be wanting to say anything for other people. And 9 times out of 10, you didn't even check to see what they wanted to say. You just said, I'll talk. Sounds pretty damn selfish to me. But think about how we learned it, where it came from. We were conditioned to accept leadership. Look where we're at now. We're voting to get ourselves a leader. Like, I'm going to need you to lead over me. You see what I'm saying? Just doesn't, no. We could be okay if everybody can just stay in their lane and work together and have a place to make things function. Because as you can see, Exhibit A, you have too many people dipping into the same waters and lanes, and this person said that thing and that person, I don't know who's accountable, who lost this, where'd they all go? I don't know. See what I'm saying? A lot of confusion, no accountability. Right. Because usually with leadership, that's the person that's held accountable, right? But for some people, it doesn't really work that way unless, you know, unless you're being given like acknowledgement, then you're like, oh, I'm the leader, I'm right here. But if not, if something failed, see what I'm saying? Think about that. And then let's just say it in a setting, you need the leadership. Well, how do you want your leader to represent you? Because that's exactly what you want that person to do. So whatever you chose to lead you, and you sucked up every bit of what they said, it's kind of like you are what you hang with or something like that, then that means that you were okay with whatever they were going to, what their intentions were. So don't be like, oh my, I didn't know. Oh, you knew. But what I do know is usually when you support something, that means you're okay with that person's views and things. And if not, better hope that you can live with the choices that you've made, because you might have set something in motion. A lot of people have a lot of shit to say about what's going on. And remind you, I said shit. You nothing but shit. Talk, 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 talk. Nobody's doing the walk, 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 walk. Enough talking. Just talking, bantering back and forth on social media. Debunking. I don't fucking know. I don't waste my time. I'd rather use my energy in places where it's useful, where it's shining light, where somebody will receive it, reverse, instead of giving it to someone that's sucking the life out of me. I refuse to do that. You don't get my time like that. You're so not worth it. I would not give myself that way. Not to someone that's just, wants to just go back and forth and say insulting things. I'll give you an example, a few things before I go that was sitting with me, but that leadership thing was sitting with me because I don't know. Sometimes you got to know if your intentions are good when you want to be a leader, because when you realize what it is, then you realize it's a big role, but then you realize everybody could be a leader, right? Of their own selves. Why do they need a leader? They don't need, nobody needs anybody talking for anybody. Look right now. You see what them fools did? They're representing the Black community. I was insulted. I was like, first of all, I don't know him, and he don't know me, and he don't represent me. I don't know his views. I don't know shit. Don't ever say that's a mouthpiece for the Black community. What community? I don't know none of them. I just don't like when people get to choose how they group a certain race, or use words. You got to start paying attention to the words people use. You just can't roll with it. I think we got what we got and got conditioned to shit. You got to like nip that shit in the bud, say something, do something. Don't let people tell you you can't say anything. That's a coward. That's somebody that's defeated already. What do you mean you can't? Don't nobody own you. But when you just follow, I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. And if you never say anything, then you'll just, then what? Hmm? What do? Just roll with it? Don't say nothing? Hmm. I wonder what the people that are doing all the manipulating with there just roll with it. Well, all right then. Because this is the thing with these rappers that I'm just kind of irritated with. They don't represent shit at this point to me. And I lost my train of thinking there. I got a little upset. They just, I don't know. This is where it comes to me, where I find it that people should be offended. And if you don't say anything, then people will treat you how you allow them to treat you, and just keep going on. But check this out. First of all, I don't know not one of them fools, and all of them just sucked. You know what I mean? Like no one came out strong, like in it. They all came out like, what the hell? Really? Those ones? And then to me, it's like, why now? Why, like, Wayne couldn't see through that? Like, oh, you want to talk to me after 4 years? Never want to talk to me before. Pretty sure he had. If you did have something to say, it wasn't good. Word through the grapevine, Wayne. But hey, they listened to you, right? What are you thinking? Did you sign something? They listened to us. What you think they was gonna do, fool? They called you up in there. I can't even be mad at him. I mean, high five, Mr. Trump, because you got that. You did that because you just came out. The credibility is gone. I don't know. I can't. A lot of people said they just can't even like kind of like just want to turn away every time they see because they just see dancing. Back in the day. And then Cube, I just don't know what you fucked me up. I just can't do it with you because you chose to say something to me that was very detrimental. And I don't think you thought about it. I don't care what anybody says. It's fucked up. When you said 4 more years, black people, we can take it. We can take anything. That's the So you just say fuck everything that just happened and all the deaths, and say we can take it. What kind of shit is that? So then what's the point? What are we doing? Because we just so strong. People losing their kids, their lives. They already dehumanize us, right? If that's the thing, that's what the word, yeah, that's what it's called, dehumanize. And if you do your fucking history, they used to do experiments thinking that we did not feel, like literally. Our skin was thick and we did not feel pain. Black women didn't feel pain. So when you said that shit, you just ripped away everything that was just, I mean, you just catered right into that shit. That's why I said that food don't talk for me. I'm upset that it was known as that. Don't ever do that shit again. I don't need nobody at this point to talk fucking me. I can talk for my fucking self. I'll tell you this much. Why the hell are you talking to them? They're already rich. I don't understand why they have a problem paying fucking taxes. I don't mind the vitamins doing that. Make them pay a little bit more. I mean, why not? You know what they take from people that don't make that much, but you don't care. The rich get richer. Selfish. You can keep that selfish, but I'm just telling you, I promise you it's all gonna buckle at the end. You can kind of tell already, but hey, I just thought you had some like conas or something. Please don't drag me into your shit and say we can take it. That shit right there. And then knowing, you know what I mean, that was what used to happen to us was experiments and stuff, really thinking, morbid thinking that we couldn't feel anything. And then you go ahead and fit us right in there like they could take this shit. No, shouldn't have to. Not going to. Don't be talking for us, or for me at least. But what I can say is, why don't they talk to the people? Why are you talking to that motherfucker? Talk to the people. You remember the people? We the people. Hello, not we the rapper. We don't even know what they said. I, they didn't say much of shit that needed to be said. Because if they was in there for the people, then we'd know about it not till afterwards, and then we'd be talking about shit that fucking mattered. Talk to the people that are really living in the communities and stuff. The ones, the people that make things happen and run. the ones that are, that you need to vote. That makes sense, doesn't it? Talk to the people, the ones, maybe because you don't really care what we think. So that, yeah. See what I'm saying here? Leadership. Can't even lead their damn selves. Who you gonna lead? Can't even lead a horse to water. A horse done led your ass right around the mother because you couldn't even have the corners to walk them up to the water. I just don't get it. I gotta go. That shit pissed me off. But yeah, thanks for not listening. If you did, you didn't. Either way it goes. If you continuously feed into the hatred and you're one of those people, get some help. You got to wonder why you feel the urge to be nasty and hateful. Like, that's not normal. It's not of a beautiful heart. I know you don't like yourself because that's not how that shit works. When someone loves and they love themselves, they don't do that to other people. They don't say hateful things. I seen somebody get online the other day and go into a lady's, she was handicapped. She had, deformed people different. People are different. But when you choose to go make fun of them, they don't even look bad. But you are the epitome of the shit that people step in and it's still on their foot, on their shoe for days. That's whoever does that, that's what it is. And I'll say it all day long. You're a piece of shit. Your self-esteem should be even lower now when you bully people that are just trying to be themselves and already have to deal with the world looking at them a certain way. And then some untrained, you know, obviously someone failed. But karma's a bitch. So I don't like when people do that. That's ugly. That's an ugly heart. It's ugly soul. And I can't wait till karma gets that ass because it needs to. Because you don't do that to people. God don't like ugly. Don't like ugly. You're not getting to any pearly gates with that shit. I promise you that. Karma. People really need to start knowing that that shit is real. And if your life is a piece of shit right now, you're like, what's wrong? Everything's bad. What did you do? Think about it. What have you done? I know a lot of people that are in denial and wonder why their things are the way they are. They're really bad. But they know the things that they've done, but they are a coward and just don't want to admit them. Admit them, grow. There's no self growth. If you ain't going to grow, I tell you this much, you're gonna be lonely as shit because don't want nobody want no little boy or no little girl. You're not willing to grow and learn from things, then you're gonna be stuck and you're gonna be left behind because you're not gonna know to go right or left. And just like today, we got people going right and left, can't even talk for themselves or think for themselves. So good luck 2020, Jesus.